Sonic the Hedgehog is a very special kind of character. He's one of those characters that is known for his games, but also has some really cool toys, a couple really great movies, and now shows as well. Starting back in the 90s with The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, and spanning into the upcoming Knuckles show to be featured on Paramount+, Sonic is one of those characters who keeps delivering in so many ways. But I wanted to talk about the TV shows in a different aspect today. I wanted to talk about just the intros. Not the show themselves, just the song and the animation that accompanies it that plays before the show starts. Sonic has had 7 shows so far, soon to be 8 at the time of this recording with the Knuckles show, and I'm deciding to talk about each one going down the line, from worst to best. So sit down, get ready to go fast, get ready for some awesome tunes as I look into the intros of Sonic the Hedgehog. But before I begin, let's get a few preliminaries out of the way. What am I rating this based off of? Visual flair, how good the song is on its own as well as in the context of the show, and how well this song represents the show itself. I can't judge the show's episodes one by one for this list, so I am just judging the intro itself, and you will see that well in effect very soon. So, without further ado, also one other thing. This is also my personal opinion. If you like some of these intros better than others, then, well, you're totally valid, and you're allowed to have your opinion. Just be civil about it. So, now let's dive into the very first episode of the Late Night Sprites Show. I am your host, Homecoming Hero, here with my ranking of every single Sonic show opening. Let's begin. One other final thing. I'm not doing the games in this list because, well, I was thinking about the Knuckles show coming up at the time of this recording and just decided to focus on Sonic's TV outings because adding the game intros would definitely extend this list by quite a margin. Also, I'm not going to be showing any footage of the openings of the show or playing any of the music, but I am going to be giving the titles for you to look up on your own time. I really don't want to be struck by a copyright strike bolt of lightning. So enjoy this footage of Sonic Mania Studiopolis Zone, because, I mean, that's a TV station, so I guess it's a little thematically appropriate. But starting off with the worst of the worst is Sonic Prime. What can be said about Sonic Prime's intro? It has a stinger, it's got a little piece of music that goes da-da-da, and the letters, they shatter because it's a dimensional show. The letters crack a little bit. This intro is less than 30 seconds. In fact, I timed it. This intro is exactly 9 seconds long. There isn't a lot to be said about the Sonic Prime intro, and it shows you that you're about to indeed watch a show called Sonic Prime. I guess it's time to move on already, because really, nothing to say here. It is just a logo. So, next up on the list is Sonic Boom. It automatically gets points because it's more visually interesting than just words and a music stinger and lasts more than 10 seconds. But Sonic Boom, unfortunately, doesn't get much higher because all it does is show the characters in a curtain call style fashion. It shows them facing off against Eggman, and then it shows the letters that say Sonic Boom falling on him. It's a little funny and it's nice, and I would say it represents the comedic nature of Sonic Boom pretty well, but the music is nothing to write home about. I definitely won't be listening to this intro song on its own. As an intro, it's one of those ones that's just okay, but just okay is better than nothing. Moving on to the next number in the list is The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. Yeah, the one with Scratch and Grounder, and that's... Okay, so this opening, like I said, not going to be talking about the show. This opening embodies the show pretty well, because it is pure chaos. The music is constantly changing, The visuals are all over the place. You see Sonic jumping in a hole, and then he pulls a prank on Scratch and Grounder and Robotnik because his name wasn't Eggman yet. You see like Sonic and Tails running around, and the music swells and grows, and it goes all around and stuff like that, and the visuals are all over the place. And that's why it's not higher anywhere else in the list, because it is all over the place. It really doesn't, like, it shows you what the show is, which is wacky, random shenanigans with Sonic. So it embodies the show well, but it doesn't mean it's a good intro. But the fact that the music and visuals are constantly changing, it really doesn't get me excited. In fact, it makes me go like, why am I watching this? Why am I watching this wacky blue hedgehog show? Yeah, nothing really. Again, it's better than it's better than the previous 2 entries on the list, purely because it's visually interesting and the music changes and swells, but it doesn't make it a good kind of interesting. And again, anything is better than just a 9-second, here's a swell of music, and here's some letters, and oh boy, get ready for your show. Man, I am not a fan of modern intros. But to keep things on a positive note, let's go to the first truly awesome entry on this list, which is Sonic the Hedgehog, also known as Sonic Sat AM. This song rocks. It visually shows you the stakes and how Robotnik is this evil threat who is turning animals into robots. It shows that Sonic is a freedom fighter. It shows the other characters, and it just tells you that he is the fastest thing alive. It lets you know he is the fastest thing alive. It just rocks. This song really embodies what we love about Sonic, in the fact that it's so 90s in the rock and roll aspect of it. Like, it's like telling you how cool he is and why you should watch this show. And even though this intro is short, it's still really good. I think this is the first really good entry on this list, and it's only going to keep going up from here. And we're about halfway done with the list. We are already 4 entries in. And the next entry, I guess making like a little bit of a top 3, at least at the time of this list, would be Sonic Drive. This is the Japanese opening of Sonic X, for those who did not know. And I also say that because I did not know when this song first came out that this song even existed. I didn't know what Sonic Drive was until some friends of mine were watching Sonic X in Japanese, and I saw that it had a different intro. And visually, it is very much an anime opening. You see Sonic, you see Shadow standing on a building, very much being the anime rival character that Shadow is, and you see Sonic running around doing Sonic things. The song itself is a good listen on its own also, and it's a ton of fun. The reason why this is ranking a little bit lower though than the top 3, even though this is a fairly competent opening, is that much like the previous entry with Sonic Sat AM, I don't have a lot of experience with this. I know of Sonic Sat AM when I was going on a retro cartoon hunt, and I was interested in watching stuff like the Super Mario Bros. Super Show and so on when I was getting older. So I didn't really grow up with this intro. And, well, of course I didn't grow up with Sonic Drive. I didn't listen to it in Japanese or watch the Japanese dub. But as a song on its own, objectively standing, it's really great. But going up the list, and this number 2 spot on this list is taking home the silver medal, one that I did grow up with thanks to VHS tapes. So even more than Sonic Sat AM, this is the 90s Sonic I have the most nostalgia for. For me, the second best Sonic opening for a TV show is Sonic Underground. I mean, it talks about Sonic and his siblings who you have never seen before and were never in the games and will never see again. all of them voiced by Jaleel White, and that is amazing, and Jaleel White is amazing. But that being said, this intro just, as an intro alone, this song is insane. It gives you the entire plot, it stops to give you an epic speech, and it just works. It talks about 3 triplets who are sent away, and they must bide their time until it's time to reunite with their mother to fulfill the ancient prophecy and stop the evil tyrant Robotnik. And my goodness, this song just rocks. This song is, again, so 90s, so in your face. It's so memorable for all of the right reasons. It's one of those intros that, yes, it gets you ready for the show. It displays the show well. It gets you ready for a rock and roll adventure featuring Sonic and his siblings. And so it displays the show well. As a song, it is a literal headbanger. I can't believe I just said that, but yes, it is that good. Sonic Underground is one of those intros that I was not expecting to fall in love with, but here we are. I can listen to it in the context of the show, but I don't know why I'd watch the show, but I'm not judging the show. That's what I meant way earlier in this video when I was talking about a intro being so great that, you know, if I was judging the show on its own, it would knock it down quite a few points because Sonic Underground is not good, but because it's just an intro alone, really stands head and shoulders. But I would say that the one Sonic intro that really embodied my childhood and my number 1 entry in this ranking is, of course, Gotta Go Fast, Sonic X. Visually, this opening slaps. As a song, this opening slaps. To get me excited, this song slaps. This gets me ready for some amazing, fun Sonic action. The fact that so many, bits of this song just open and sync with the music so well. They, when it goes faster, and Sonic is jumping on the robots and it triple layers. The fact that, the bit that I love is where it's showing the cast of this show, and it says without any explanation, and it boom, 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 just shows every single cast member back to back to back, so many of them. Well, maybe not every single cast member, but a lot of them. And it syncs up with the music, and then Sonic just shrugs. And I love that, when it says no time for relaxation, and he just smirks and shrugs. This is so Sonic. It has the attitude that is Sonic. It embodies the show well, which is Sonic going on adventures to fight Eggman. It has Knuckles punching Eggman in the face. He's screaming, so Knuckles is clearly going to punch him in the face. It shows Sonic running around. It shows Sonic being Sonic. It shows him having the attitude, when he's riding on the missile and stuff. This intro is amazing. It is a 1-minute song, but it is so catchy. And just also a few bonus points for Gotta Go Fast. It has become such a meme and such an aspect of Sonic that it is referenced in multiple Sonic things outside of Sonic X. It was referenced in the first movie, and it's even referenced in Boom. It's referenced in multiple Sonic things. It's associated with this personality. The song is great. It's super high energy, super fun. Just embodies what we all love about Sonic as a character. Not judging the show at all. This opening is great. I love Sonic X. I love Gotta Go Fast specifically. As an intro, it is my absolute favorite one, and this is the one that I grew up with most as a kid, and it still holds up incredibly well. Even taking the nostalgia goggles off as I was making this video, and I was listening to the intros, which, let me tell you, listening to the Sonic Prime intro over and over again is the longest 9 seconds of my life. 9 seconds I can't get back. even though it took me about 45 seconds to listen to it 5 times, I just couldn't. I could not. Why? Why is modern TV like this? So, I hope Knuckles, not to date too much of this video at the end of it, I hope the Knuckles show has like an intro that is just fun, maybe like a short half-a-minute song or like a fun song that we get to hear the full version of, because like Sonic 2 as a movie had Stars in the Sky, I think is the credit song, and that was a really good song. So I hope the Knuckles show on Paramount Plus gets a really fun song. I would love that, so here's hoping. But that's the end of that. My prediction is that it will go somewhere in the middle. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't want to date too much of this video. But thank you so much for tuning into the very first episode of Late Night Sprites. I am hoping to make more videos like this. I'm hoping to do some video essays. I'm hoping to talk about music and musicals and video games and movies and all sorts of other nerdy stuff. That's why I wanted to start this with like a TV show list instead of just reviewing a game. So we're going to be trying a bunch of different things. I know I'm normally known for doing shorts, and I'm still going to be doing those. So you can still expect to see the shorts with like gameplay or just whatever fun memes I decide to try and come up with. But that's it for now. Thank you so much. Please consider liking the video, sharing it with some people who you might want an opinion on, commenting and so on. That would really help me out a lot. But until then, thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourself. Take care of your mental health. I'm Homecoming Hero, and I will see you on the next episode of Late Night Sprites. Bye for now.